When's the last time Sean McVay reached out to you to come back and play football?
To come back and play football, none. I think he knows I'm done. So we've had plenty of those conversations, but we've talked a lot of ball this season, and just being there for him and what's been a really tough year for them.
Okay, what advice do you give with an offensive line that's had, 14 different looks to it?
Yeah, 14 different starters. It's been NFL history as far as the injury numbers. It's unbelievable. I think it's more obviously. I played in Cincinnati, as you well know, Dan. I went through some ugly seasons before, so just being there for them and saying, "Hey, man, just a good conversation of where you're at in the year, what can be the mentality, and really what you're talking to the team about." Because when you start to get like this, guys just start to lose confidence and just a presence about them in the locker room to where you feel down every day and you feel like, man, can this keep happening to us? And so I think just having those conversations of how do you keep guys fired up to go out and compete every week and keeping that mentality of going out and being a competitor in what's been, man, just an unbelievable year from an injury rate standpoint.
Okay, but help me understand that when you were with some bad Bengals teams and you get to week 15, week 16, I know you get paid, but how do you kind of get that energy to, hey, here's another game and let's go out and play great football, or at least try?
I think it's really when you start to find out, who it is that stays. I mean, I look at those moments throughout my time in Cincinnati and even in LA after we'd had a couple good years and then had a down year or two. You find out who the guys are that you're like, you know what, this is the guy that we want here and why we want him here, and we want him here for the long haul, because you'll see that the guys who just can't handle not having success and the guys that maybe are playing the game for different reasons other than just going out and competing, they struggle in those moments. But the guys who love football, they love the opportunity to compete and go be physical and try and win and do their job. They're the ones that stick out in these moments. You'll find leaders. You'll find guys that'll be somebody you lean on for the next 4 to 5 years. Everything in between, teamers, special teamers, different things like that really become the nucleus of your team in moments like this. Because I know for myself, in 2008, we were 0-8 and played the Jacksonville Jaguars, and I had a moment with my team where we had to make a stand against them, and I got in a fight actually with John Henderson and got kicked out of the game, him and I both. But that week, I had given a speech to them that I'd never lost in my career at anywhere I'd ever been, and in my time in college and high school, and I just wasn't going to accept being that way in the pros. And we go out in that moment, we have a great game against them. Him and I get in this big moment. He was the guy at that time in the league, and from that moment on, I was the captain of the Cincinnati Bengals. And so you can find who your guys are you're going to lean on in these moments if you're looking the right way.